Hi, I am Dr. J. Suresh Gaud, Associate Professor of Mathematics, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. See, today we are going to discuss about the topic test of hypothesis for small samples. Before going to discuss about this topic, we have to learn some basic concepts like hypothesis, test of hypothesis, what is sample, and what are the small samples. So first we are going to discuss about hypothesis. What is mean by hypothesis? The statement about the parameter is called hypothesis. Any statement about any type of parameter like populations or samples is called hypothesis. If I take one example, majority of people in the city are smokers and drinkers. This statement I have given. In this statement, the smokers and drinkers are population parameter. Smokers and drinkers are parameter. So this is the statement, majority of people in the city about the smokers and drinkers, about the parameters. That's why this is called as hypothesis, because any statement about any parameter is called as hypothesis. If I take one more example, in example 2, all the countries in the world are affected by coronavirus. This statement I have given. In this statement, the coronavirus is parameter. Coronavirus is a parameter. The statement all the countries in the world are affected, which is by coronavirus, about the parameter. So that's why this is also known as hypothesis. This is also known as hypothesis. So finally we can conclude that hypothesis means the statement, any type of statement about any type of parameter is called as hypothesis. After this, next topic, test of hypothesis. We clearly understood what is hypothesis. Now we are going to discuss what is test of hypothesis. In the first two examples, we given hypothesis. Are they true or not? Are they accept or not? We are going to do by using one procedure, the decision making procedure, which is known as test of hypothesis. Whatever the statement we have given, either it may be true or false, we are going to decide by using one procedure, which is known as test of hypothesis. If I take the same example, majority of people in the city are smokers and drinkers. This is the hypothesis, but we don't know as of now is it true or not. But in statistics we have one procedure, decision making procedure, to accept or reject the statement. So that procedure is called test of hypothesis. So this is the definition of test of hypothesis. Now there are two types of hypothesis. One is null hypothesis and second one is alternative hypothesis. What is mean by null hypothesis and what is mean by alternative hypothesis? Very simple. Null hypothesis is a hypothesis which is tested for possible rejection under the assumption that it is true. Means whatever the statement is given, we have to assume that statement is true. Even it is false, we are going to assume the given statement or the given hypothesis, we have to assume that it is true. In alternative hypothesis, it is the hypothesis differs from the given null hypothesis, means it is quietly opposite to null hypothesis. Means we have to assume that whatever the statement we have given, assume that it is false. So we have clear idea about null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. According to the hypothesis, whatever the hypothesis we have to assume the statement is true. in null hypothesis, and we have to assume the statement is false in alternative hypothesis. That is the difference between null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. And one more point we should remember, both two hypotheses are just our assumptions only, not exact results, just our assumptions only. So these are the two types of hypothesis. These two types of hypothesis I will explain you with one example. Suppose if I take one hypothesis, the total students in a classroom are 20 members. This is the statement. That's why we used this is a hypothesis, because any statement we can call as hypothesis. That's why our statement is that total students in a classroom are 20 members. We can define with mu equal to 20. This is my statement, which is known as hypothesis. Now, how to write null hypothesis and how to write alternative hypothesis based on our statement or based on hypothesis. And earlier we have discussed what is null hypothesis. Null hypothesis means we have to assume whatever the statement is given which is true. What is our statement? Mu equal to 20. So we have to assume that in null hypothesis mu equal to 20. So null hypothesis is denoted by H naught, which is defined as mu equal to 20. Now, how to define alternative hypothesis? Already we defined null hypothesis mu equal to 20. Alternative hypothesis, we know that it is completely differs to null hypothesis. Means mu not equal to 20, because in null hypothesis we assumed that mu equal to 20. The differs from null hypothesis means mu not equal to 20. Here we can define the alternative hypothesis equal to H1 symbol. Null hypothesis symbol H naught and alternative hypothesis H1. Mu not equal to 20 means we have two options. Either it may be mu greater than 20 or mu less than 20, because it is not equal to 20 na? Like that, and it may be alternative hypothesis mu greater than 20 or mu less than 20. So therefore we have three options in alternative hypothesis, which are, one is mu not equal to 20. In case if it is not equal to symbol, we can call as two-tailed test, or mu greater than 20. This is also not equal to 20, but another option mu greater than 20. So this is right tail test, and one more option mu less than 20, which is called as left tail test. So therefore alternative hypothesis we defined into three subparts: mu not equal to 20, mu greater than 20, and mu less than 20. In case mu not equal to 20, we can call as two tail. Mu greater than 20 we can call as right tail. Mu less than 20 we can call as left tail test. So our statement, the students in a classroom are 20 members. This is our statement, and we define null hypothesis. The statement is true, and we define the alternative hypothesis, that is the statement is false. So like this, any statement or any hypothesis, if you consider, we have to assume null hypothesis and also alternative hypothesis. So these are the this is the example of types of hypothesis. Now types of errors. We have two types of errors. We can call as type 1 error and type 2 error. What is mean by type 1 error and what is mean by type 2 error? See, type 1 error means reject H naught. H naught means null hypothesis. Reject H naught. H naught means null hypothesis. That means reject null hypothesis when the statement is true. And type 2 error, accept H naught, accept null hypothesis when the statement is false. I will explain you with one example to get the clear idea about types of error. Suppose the students in a classroom are 60 members. This is the original strength. The students in a classroom, mu equal to 60. But I am going to take the statement the students in a classroom are 60 members. This is hypothesis. This is our statement, mu equal to 60. Actual class strength 60 members, original strength, and our statement is mu equal to 60, hypothesis. By doing our procedure, in conclusion, if I reject H naught, we can call as type 1 error in the procedure. Why in this procedure we can call as type 1 error? Because we are rejecting null hypothesis. That means whatever the statement I taken, that we are going to reject. But actually original strength is 60 only, na? So the reject H naught when it is true. Actual strength is 60. I taken the statement also 60. Finally I am rejecting the statement. That means there is an error in our procedure. That error is known as type 1 error. Suppose if I take same concept with different type 2 error, mu equal to 60. This is original strength of the class. But my statement is mu equal to 20 members only. This is my assumption or hypothesis. This is my statement. Mu equal to 20. While doing the procedure, my conclusion is, in case if I get accept H naught, that means I am accepting this one. Yes, the total strength in the class is 20 members only. But actually original strength is 60. But I am accepting H naught. Even it is false. False statement I taken. Actual original strength 60 members, but I taken false statement or false hypothesis. Even though by using our procedure I am concluding that accept H naught. That means I am accepting the hypothesis, but original strength is 6. Accept H naught when it is false. Accept H naught when it is false statement. Even it is a false statement, I am accepting H naught. So that means there is an error in the procedure. That error we can call as type 2 error. So this is the difference between type 1 and type 2 error. Type 1 error means reject H naught when the statement is true. Type 2 error, accept H naught when the statement is false. If you take the statement is true, even though if you reject H naught, then the procedure error is type 1 error. If you accept H naught, even though if you take the wrong statement, then the such type of error is known as type 2 error. If I take one more example about types of error, I am going to define one statement. The average marks of mathematics average marks of mathematics in one particular class is 50. So average marks of mathematics, which is denoted by mu, that marks is 50. This is the original data. But now I am going to pass one statement or one hypothesis, that is also mu equal to 50. This is hypothesis. I am giving the statement that the average marks of mathematics in the classroom are 50 marks. This is my statement. While doing the process or while doing the procedure, if I conclude reject H0, while doing the procedure, if I conclude reject H0, means actual statement is mu equal to 50, this is equal to original. I rejected the statement when it is true, even actually it is true. That means in this procedure we have some error, that is called type 1 error. Similarly, type 2 error with same example, the average marks of the mathematics in a particular class is mu equal to 50. This is original result. But I am going to take the statement mu equal to 30. This is our assumption or our statement or our hypothesis. Wrong statement I taken. Actually original statement is mu equal to 50, but I taken wrong statement. While doing the process, if I conclude accept H0, if I conclude accept H0, even it is false statement. That means there is an error in this procedure. That error is called as type 2 error. That error is called as type 2 error. So finally, type 1 error means reject H0 when the statement is true. Type 2 error, accept H0 when the statement is false. So these are the two types of errors. Now, the procedure of test of hypothesis. We clearly discussed about test of hypothesis. While doing the problems, we are going to follow the 5 steps in the procedure. Totally 5 steps in the procedure. The first step is step 1. We have to set up null hypothesis, which is denoted by H0. We have to set up null hypothesis. Means set up null hypothesis means we have to assume whatever the statement is given which is true. We have to assume the statement is true. That is step 1. And in the procedure, the step 2 is alternative hypothesis. We are going to set up alternative hypothesis in step 2. Means assume that the given statement is false, which is denoted by H1. Now, step 3, level of significance. This value, Z alpha value, we can choose from the Z alpha distribution table. While doing the problems, we'll discuss clearly about this concept, level of significance. This table value we can choose from the statistics tables based on the level of significance. Now the step 4, test statistics. Z formula, T minus expectation of T by S into E of T. See, in this topic, in the test of hypothesis for small samples, we have 4 tests. For each test, this step 4 will be changed. The formula will be changed. This formula will be changed for each test. Remaining 4 steps are same. For each test, we have different formula in step 4. After getting Z, we can find out mod Z. That means if you get any negative value in Z, we can make it as positive value. So this is step 4. Test statistic means formula. this will be changed according to the test. Now the final step, conclusion. We got it mod z value from step 4 and we have chosen z alpha value from the table. So based on the numeric values of mod z and z alpha, in case if mod z is less than z alpha, mod z value is less than z alpha, we are going to accept null hypothesis. Accept null hypothesis means we are going to accept this null hypothesis. Means whatever the statement is given, we have to conclude that we accept that statement is true. If mod z value greater than z alpha, we reject null hypothesis. That means whatever the statement we have given, that statement we have to assume that false. So these are the 5 steps in the procedure of test of hypothesis for all the 4 tests in test of hypothesis for small samples. Step 1, null hypothesis. Step 2, alternative hypothesis. Step 3, level of significance. Step 4, test statistic. And step 5, conclusion. Out of 5 steps, only step 4 will be changed according to the test. So this is the procedure of test of hypothesis. Next, the last concept before going to start test of hypothesis for small samples. What is sample? What is sample? Simply, we can say that the subset of any population is known as sample, or the part of the population is known as sample. Subset of a population or part of the population is known as sample. The sample size is always denoted by small n symbol. The sample size is denoted by small n. Suppose if I take one example. In any college, assume that the total strength is 1000 members. But in a particular class, the total strength is 60. The 60 students are part of the 1000 students. The classroom strength is always part of the college strength. So that's why this is called sample for this population. College strength we can consider as population and class strength we can consider as sample. Therefore, the student strength in a classroom is a sample of the student strength in the college. This sample, again we are classified into 2 types. One is large sample and one is small sample, according to the size of the sample n. In case if the sample size is denoted by n greater than or equal to 30, the sample size is more than 30 or equal to 30, we can call as large sample. Similarly, the sample size is only less than 30, then we can call as small sample. Like this, we can classify the samples into 2 types, large sample, small sample, according to the size of the sample. So these are the introduction topics before going to discuss test of hypothesis for small samples. In this today's class, clearly we discussed what is a hypothesis and what is test of hypothesis, and types of hypothesis, types of errors, and procedure of test of hypothesis, and what are the samples and how many types of samples. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.